If you wake up very early in the morning and listen to the cool breeze at dawn, you are sure to hear special secrets. Because the cool breeze at dawn has got secrets that are meant just for you. All we have to do is take the time and just listen. Because this wonderful magic that comes with the orange eastern sky at dawn has got magical powers. These golden threads that weave their way straight into your own heart, they were meant to take you places. The cool breeze at dawn has got secrets to tell you. All we have to do is make the time and just listen. That's Rumi.
All right, and for many of us, Gcina Mhlophe evokes childhood memories. The poet, author, and motivational speaker is well known for folktales, charismatic performances, and her passion for storytelling as a means of keeping history alive. Tomorrow, she'll be opening a month-long storytelling competition in Soweto. She joins us now from our studios in Durban. Gcina, good morning to you, and thank you so much for coming through.
Sawubona Dumela, good morning.
Sawubona mama, unjani?
Hello, I'm very well.
All right. We seem to have lost Gcina, but we will surely be in conversation with her to hear more about this month-long competition that starts tomorrow here in Soweto, whereby participants will be invited to send through their voice and video clips of them telling a story. But we are going to be in conversation with her to hear more about the details and, of course, how we can become part of this competition. It's exactly 22 minutes before 8 o'clock. I believe everything is up and running now. Gcina, can you hear me? It looks like we're having some sound problems. All right, let's fix everything. I believe we can. Okay, let's try again.
I can hear you.
Gcina, is everything all right?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Well, thank you so much. Technology, but thank you so much for joining us here on Morning Live. I know many of us were introduced to you back in the days while we were still very young, and you told stories on radio, for example. I remember that one very, very well. So many of us fell in love with reading because you touched our lives somehow. What comes to your mind when you think about the impact that you've made in people's lives?
Thank you very much. The impact that I hope I've made in people's lives is to make people understand that they also have a story to tell, that they can share those stories. You know, when you tell a story to somebody, you remind them of another one. That's why I often say I tell stories in order to wake up stories in other people. And for my love of reading, I think it's like the left and the right hand side of me. I love the oral tradition and I love the written word. And if we can encourage people or children of all ages to love storytelling and to love reading, then we're in business.
Yeah, but has it always been something in you when you were still a child, Gcina? And talk to us about how much of a role did storytelling play in your upbringing?
In my upbringing, the storytelling was the first thing that made me fall in love with words. The first thing that made me want to imagine other worlds apart from the places I saw with my naked eye. And also, I think that made me so curious to learn more and more all the time. I think in the classroom, I must have been one of the hungriest people sitting there listening to the teacher. And even when I went out, I understood that the classroom was not just the four walls in the classroom. There was just learning, learning, learning all the time. And I've remained like that. I've remained curious to this day. I can't stop learning.
Let's talk about the innovation of technology in this day and age. We know that South Africa is very much deep-rooted and respected in terms of our history. Do you think technology is also playing a role in terms of, taking forward the storytelling?
I definitely love technology. I think we can use it to enhance the connection amongst people and how far stories can reach. Because if you sit around the fire, you've got that number of people in front of you and that's it. But if you can take it and use technology and not be scared of it, you can take it to millions out there. And so it is important for us to see it as a vehicle that enhances the love of storytelling and the preservation of the art form, and also history telling. The importance of telling our historical memories, and we bring them to the fore so that we don't repeat things we have done in the past. And also the fact that people know what journeys we have traveled, especially the young ones. We've got a tendency to criticize children. Hi, you know, these children, they don't know anything else. Yeah. How are they supposed to know if you don't tell them? So for me, I think both the stories of long ago as well as history telling are part and parcel of everyday life today. If we continue to respect the art form and talk to one another, that is something that's going to make us slowly become a nation rather than people of different races, people of different religions who live in different communities according to economic economic muscle, if I can put it like that. So stories must be shared, and young people are beginning to also tell stories now, and I enjoy that.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about your observation in terms of that. Are young people interested in storytelling?
Young people are interested in storytelling. We have to lend them an ear. We have to encourage them. When I meet young storytellers, I get so excited because I know that the art form has got a future. Also, I know people who are really talented gossips, you know. In the street corner, they come back, I saw it with these two eyes. And they start going and going, and they put ribbons and they put buttons and they put glitz and what, and they are storytellers, those people. But also, I think the art of storytelling, when we have different competitions in our organization, it's an Amasiko Art and Heritage Trust, we encourage people to tell stories at most of our events. And now, with this competition that is starting, I have been roped in to assist. We are partnering with Nalibali with this competition where people are telling stories. I like that. That helps us to encourage more and more young people to tell their stories or to listen to the elders in their homes and communities to know that they've got stories too.
Yeah, Mamkana, let's talk a little bit about that Nalibali competition. Who is invited to enter?
People who are invited to enter are mostly young people, and in schools there's a lot of interaction with schools where Nalibali is working, which is why then they roped people like me, because we've been running Nozingwadi for the past 16 years. And so partnering with Nalibali is a big thing, so that we work together. We are on the same journey. And people can enter. They can also record themselves even on cell phone and enter, so that they can be counted in when the judges are looking at who's telling stories, who's using beautiful language, who's articulate, who's drawing pictures in the mind of the listeners. Yeah. And so that is important.
But we do know that it's not everyone who might have access to sending through their video clips and audio clips. How should they enter if they do not have the means?
Some people are registering in the schools. Most of the children are registering in the schools. That's why there's going to be all these events in all of our provinces. And so tomorrow morning, it's the official launch in Soweto at the Soweto Theatre. And then it's going to be rolled out throughout, and there will be some events in KZN, Northern Cape, in the Eastern Cape. So Bloem, I think that all of these events are going to be encouraging people to come in to do it in person, to do it live, where they are sharing their skills and their stories.
All right, Mamkena, thank you so much, Sibongeka Khulu Mama.
And have a lovely day.
Thank you so much. You too. That's all, Gcina Mhlophe. Of course, she's a poet, author, and motivational speaker, talking to us about the Nalibali competition. So it officially launches tomorrow at Soweto Theatre. As she said, they'll be moving across all the 9 provinces to make sure that they interact with all the relevant stakeholders. A lot of us can identify with Umam.